Finance Minister expressed satisfaction with the progress of work on the presidential CNG Initiative. 5 executive orders underway to ensure downtrend of inflation. And correspondent examines the role of hand hygiene and the prevention of diseases. Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is Panorama on the network service of the NTA. We are reaching you live from the NTA Enugu Network Center. I am Chinenye Nwoye. Remember, you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at www.nta.ng/live and on all our social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. President Bola Tinubu extends his warm congratulations to the President-elect of the Republic of Chad, Mohamed Deby, on his election victory. President Tinubu affirms that the successful conduct of elections in the nation underlines the commitment of the government and the people of Chad to democracy and orderly transitions in the region. The President assures President-elect Deby that Nigeria will continue to work closely with the Republic of Chad as both countries seek to enhance peace, security, and shared prosperity for the mutual benefit of the people. The President also calls for sustained friendly cooperation between both nations while wishing the President-elect success as he undertakes this noble service to the people of Chad. Finance Minister and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has expressed satisfaction with the progress of work on the presidential CNG initiative. The minister expressed the optimism when he visited one of the plants designated for the initiative in Lagos.
One of the plants designated for the initiative in Lagos, where compressed natural gas (CNG) buses are being assembled. Mr. Wale Edo pointed out that though the PCNGI has taken time to be actualized, the benefits will soon be available to Nigerians. He lauded the company's employment of local talents in the assembly of the vehicles. The plant in Lagos is one of the 4 chosen by the PCNGI to assemble semi-knocked-down components of climate-friendly CNG and electric buses and tricycles, which will soon be rolled out to slash transportation costs. The company aims to transit from semi-knocked-down components to completely knocked-down components in the next 3 to 4 years.
Five executive orders are underway to ensure downtrend of inflation and promote economic growth, among other issues, in a matter of days. This is as the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms meets to consolidate on progress of work on critical reforms. Benny Adams reports.
Because of school, one day she showed me 11 agencies that I can see the name.
Representing the Vice President of Nigeria, Dr. Aliu Modibo's family is among millions of Nigerians who are victims of more than 60 official and 200 unofficial taxes, levies and dues in Nigeria today. A situation the organized private sector say does not support business growth.
Your administration has a unique opportunity to make a difference so that businesses as corporate citizens will have their rights protected and their businesses guaranteed.
Now, beyond proposals, mechanisms for sustainable implementation is being worked upon.
Up until the end of June, we envisage by the Q3, our documents will be ready to go to the National Assembly, and by the end of that Q3, we should have them enacted into law. But where we have executive orders, directive regulations that don't require enactment into law, like we have a new withholding tax regulation, where small businesses will be exempted from having to deduct withholding tax. That, based on the existing law today, you don't need to enact it into law. We just need the minister to sign. So it's ready. We're waiting for the final signature. We also have a new national tax policy that communicates this direction of our tax system, how we're going to be spending our money. We have a spending policy now, as well as borrowing policy, so that the social contract to the people is delivered to them in a meaningful way.
So far, the grand plan to reducing Nigeria's existing payable taxes from 62 to a maximum of 9 and raking in more revenues for government is being achieved. The esteemed members of the committee, numbering more than 70, say now is that time for the critical reforms bordering on legislation to ensuring sustainable implementation of the proposed amendments. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
The federal government has expressed its readiness to partner companies with the capacity to develop, build or operate in the renewable energy sector to improve alternative power generation. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, gave the assurance while inspecting solar facilities at the Center for Energy and Research Development, University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
The federal government is focusing attention in the areas of building solar power plants, establishing better manufacturing factories, capacity building, and workforce aimed at improving power generation in the country. Chief Nnaji applauded the leadership and pivotal role of the Energy Research Center in Nigeria's economic development, in line with President Bola Tinubu's agenda.
One of the things we will do as soon as we get to Abuja is to give approval. That is why I do on-the-spot assessment. Is to give approval so that we will complete it, and this place will start manufacturing solar panel. And you know what it means? Their jobs will be created. The economy will improve. We will be having light.
The Director General Energy Commission of Nigeria, Dr. Mustafa Abdullahi, said the commission recognizes the need for renewable energy to reduce the country's carbon footprint and contribute to the effort to limit global warming.
We want to have an annex, an administrative block for this particular PV system, which will be housing the 20 megawatts that we'll be building. So we're not going to have it here because as a lab, you want to have space. You need people, conducive space for everybody to work on.
So siting these in different locations is very essential to be sure that the easy access, easy penetration of these energy devices that help to solve the energy problems in the country.
Designed to be a center of excellent research and development for dissemination and training in renewable technologies, University of Nigeria Nsukka Energy Center houses a computerized solar collector test rig with an attached meteorological station, national stove eligibility, and other solar-related facilities. In Enugu, Chiegono Aro, NTA News.
The President Bola Tinubu-led administration has taken a bold step to introduce the Nigerian Academy for Cultural Studies as a specialized institution to train individuals for innovative studies. The specialized academy, which is the nation's citadel of cultural training, has the approval of the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, and accreditation to run the program, leading to the award of National Diploma in Cultural Administration and Management. Its postgraduate diploma is affiliated with the Nasarawa State University, KEFI. Already, the accreditation and affiliation have provided an opportunity for certification of individuals who have obtained the diploma to proceed for the postgraduate diploma program and eventually enroll for their master's degree. With the rebranding and elevation of the institution, which was headed to the training school of the National Institute for Cultural Orientation, to a full-fledged higher institution for cultural education and training, there is a clear indication that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda has come to fully recognize culture and the need for cultural renaissance to take the center stage in its policy-making progresses. According to the Executive Secretary for NICO, Otumba Bayojun Ajiboye, the development is a pointer to the fact that Nigeria, under the present administration, has seen the need to embrace culture at its highest level, stating that no nation can attain a national identity without cultural identity. He disclosed that the institution will be situated in 4 geographical locations of Nigeria, with campuses in Abuja, Northern Zone, Southern Zone, and Eastern Zone. Regular hand washing could be a preventive mechanism to keep the whole body in check, against transmittable diseases. Chimaroke Ugu reports.
Hand washing, also known as hand hygiene, is the art of cleaning one's hand with soap or hand wash and water to remove dirt, viruses, bacteria, microorganisms, and other harmful or unwanted substances stuck to the hands. Drying of the washed hands is part of the process, as wet and moist hands are more easily recontaminated. The campaign by health practitioners for regular hand washing is pertinent because good hand washing is the first line of defense against the spread of many illnesses, from the common cold to more serious infections such as meningitis, bronchiolitis, the flu, hepatitis A, and diarrhea.
Found out through research that a number of infections being suffered by man comes from the hand. Because our hand go everywhere, we use it to do our work, we use it to do everything. In fact, the hand is the most useful part of the body, and that is the one that either go to your mouth or go to your ear or go to your eye. The hand touches everything, and very quickly people can easily touch their mouth, touch their lips, touch their nose, touch their eye, touch every part of the body. So it is a major vehicle of infection to the entire body.
It's actually said that 70% of infection in the hospital can be prevented if we wash our hands. So it's very, very important. Before you see a patient, you're meant to wash your hand. That's what we call the 5 moments of hand hygiene. Before you see a patient, you need to wash your hands. When you are doing any aseptic or clean procedures, it is indicated that you have to perform hand hygiene. It is also indicated that after you see a patient, you have to wash your hands. When you're exposed to any body fluid, like urine or the blood of a patient and all that, it's expected that you wash your hand.
The World Health Organization (WHO) recommends washing hands for at least 20 seconds before and after certain activities during the day, where washing hands with soap is important to reduce fecal-oral transmission of diseases. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
And that report forms our background for discussion today on Panorama. And with me in the studio to expand the discourse is Mr. Chinenye Nwepe. Mr. Chinenye Nwepe is an epidemiologist and a certified infection prevention and control practitioner. So you're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So maybe we should begin by asking you, what is personal hygiene?
Well, personal hygiene, simply put, is a group of activities that one engages in to remain clean and healthy physically. It encompasses things like care of the hair, care of the nails. It encompasses aspects of the nail, care of the nail, facial hygiene, and the almighty hand hygiene. Okay,
let's take a look at hand hygiene now. Is there any difference between personal hygiene and hand hygiene? Are they the same thing?
As I said, hand hygiene is a component of personal hygiene. But interestingly, it's been found out through evidence-based studies that hand hygiene is one single and very cheap activity that is able to prevent the transmission of germs that cause infections. In fact, speaking more specifically in terms, hand hygiene is one activity that has been found to easily break the chain of transmission of infections.
Okay. Now you've talked about the importance. Now let's look at its importance for an individual, a healthcare worker, and a patient, looking at the World Health Organization's guidelines.
All right. Now, effectively, whether for a patient or for an individual or for a caregiver within a community, hand hygiene effectively gives similar outcomes. Why do we need to wash our hands? Why do we need to keep our hands clean? We need to keep our hands clean because every day as we live our lives, the hands come in contact with so many objects. On these objects, you have the possibility of picking up microorganisms that could be disease-causing. These objects include tables, doorknobs, telephone handsets, the currency notes we use. All these are being used and reused by others and dropped in places you can't know and you can't explain. And they've come into contact with lots of things. So when your hands come in contact with these objects, your hands pick up organisms from them. And when they pick up these organisms from them, your hands also deposit these organisms at the next point of contact. Now watch it. The next point of contact may not be outside of you. It could be your eyes, when your eyes are itching and you're rubbing them. It could be your nose. People pick their nostrils. It could be your mouth. It could also be that fruit, like an apple you want to take without washing it, without washing your hands. So you end up depositing whatever organisms you've picked up that could be disease-causing on yourself, into your system, through the mouth or through the ear or through the nose. Again, you could deposit these things on another object, waiting for another person to also come and pick up from what you've deposited. So each time I give you a handshake, I am giving you a combination of organisms on my hands I've picked up from everywhere, and also I am taking from you the ones you have on your hands. And when I take that, after the handshake, you can now imagine the combination of possible organisms. And you may have touched your nose, you may have done anything without washing your hands. And so whatever things were left on your hands, as I give you the handshake, I also pick, ready to transmit organisms to myself or to the next person via an object.
I know that this practice of hand hygiene was so much highlighted during the COVID-19 pandemic, but it seems that a lot of people have let down their guards. Now, how do we begin to, maybe a kind of by way of educating people to know that this practice has to be sustained?
Right. You see, in the issue of sustaining a practice, could you permit me to veer a little into healthcare? Now, a little while ago, the World Hand Hygiene Day was celebrated precisely on the 5th of May. Now, it happens like that every year. And something interesting with the 5th of May and hand hygiene in healthcare is this. Now, the 5th of May is the 5th day of the 5th month of the year. And in healthcare, there are 5 critical moments that each healthcare practitioner needs to do hand hygiene in order to deliver safe care. Now, so what do we do? Effectively, a lot of education is going on and more is yet needed. A lot of training is going on and yet more is needed, because it has been found out that at any time somebody gets what we call healthcare associated infections in the hospital, there must have been a breach of infection prevention and control procedures. And one common one that people breach is hand hygiene. So what are these critical moments when somebody has to do hand hygiene in healthcare? One, whenever you have need to touch a patient, you do hand hygiene. Why? So that you do not transmit to the patient, transfer to the patient rather, what you already have on your hands. Then secondly, if you need to do what we call a clean or an aseptic procedure, like giving an injection, dispensing drugs to a patient, you have to do hand hygiene so you don't contaminate the process from what's on your hands.
Yes, sorry, sir. We may have to leave it here for now, sir.
Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on Panorama.
Thank you very much, and let's keep washing our hands whenever they're visibly soiled, or we use a hand sanitizer when they are not. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I've been speaking with Mr. Chinenye Mwebe, an epidemiologist and a certified infection prevention and control practitioner on the importance of hand hygiene. And you're still on to Panorama. We'll take a break here. The news continues shortly. Do stay.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Thank you so much for staying on. To equip farmers with knowledge and tools necessary to harness the potential of biotechnology for sustainable agricultural development is the cross of a one-day sensitization workshop for key players in the Southeast by Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology under the auspices of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency. Les Nayanwo's report is presented.
Increased stakeholders' awareness on the benefits of agriculture biotech crops, clarification of misconceptions and concerns surrounding the safety, key players say will address present challenge of human existence.
Modern biotechnology is about improving the ability of crops to respond to the challenges which attend climate change.
At the end, we have a network of concerned individuals for a continued exchange of information, expertise, and experience will be established.
Vice Chancellor Godfrey Okoye University represented believes that the theme GM Safety Stewardship, Fortifying Public Confidence, is apt, going by what the nation is passing through with respect to food security.
It is important to sensitize the Southeast zone on the benefits of biotechnology and its safety to counter most health-related claims made by the antis in this region.
Technology cannot move forward without regulatory procedures.
Participants applauded the initiative while also highlighting some challenges.
Came here, we learned a lot, but my problem and challenges we usually have, we've not seen any solution forthcoming.
Technology, GMO foods has its own merits and demerits, but what we are weighing is which one is better.
It is hoped that an in-depth understanding of scientific aspects of agrotechnology will boost food production. In Enugu, Chiegono Aro, NTA News.
And for the latest in the world of sports, let's now join our sports desk with Suleiman Musa as our guide.
We begin with golf as part of activities to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Nigerian Military School Zaria. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, has called on the Nigerian military to uphold discipline, knowledge, patriotism, and dedication as they continue in the fight to keep Nigerians safe from internal and external aggression. The Chief of Naval Staff made the call at the ceremonial tee-off of the golf tournament at the TYB International Golf Course, Abuja, aimed to mark the day.
Something that we started with right from military school, and right now even in the service is still a major aspect of our training. It's also a major aspect of ensuring that we keep fit.
Meanwhile, all is now set for the second edition of E-Transa Golf Classic scheduled for the IBB Golf and Country Club, Abuja. Organizers, during a press briefing, expressed their readiness to host an outstanding tournament as golfers from 5 African countries, including Nigeria, take to the course.
We strongly believe Abuja, being the symbol of Nigeria's unity, provides the platform for everyone to compete favorably. From May 15th to May 17th, over 100 professional and amateur golfers will compete for honors at these exclusive courses where nature meets golf.
We'll have all facilities at your disposal, and we appreciate the partnership. And this partnership will go all the way. It will be a lifetime partnership.
To badminton, as the Badminton World Federation has confirmed that multiple African men's single champion Onuoluwapo Opeori has qualified for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Opeori, who is a two-time African Games champion, made history by becoming the first Nigerian badminton player to make it to the Olympics back-to-back. Opeori dominated Africa in the men's singles from 2019 till date, winning 4 African Championship titles and 2 African Games titles. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And that is it on Panorama from the NTA Enugu Network Center. We thank you so much for being a part of it. Remember to stand with the NTA as we fight against rape and rapists. I am Chinenye Nwoye. Do enjoy the rest of our programs on the NTA. Good afternoon.